This is my new candle, the new labels with the rose petals and the biodegradable glitter on the inside. I decided to completely revamp some of my labels and how I was doing them. That one's a cherry blossom and it's got the new little clever names that I think people will find fun and funny all day I slay. I'm going to go ahead and get my glass containers prepped. Going to get the wicks placed in all of them so that adhesive can do its work while I measure out my wax and melt my wax down. A lot of people use other types of wax, or some of my clients have even asked me, why isn't my candles that I buy from this big box store isn't lasting as long as yours? And they say they use soy wax as well. Well, if they are using a soy blend, I use 100% soy. So that doesn't happen. Mine burned for a really long time. I've always been a candle lover, avidly. I used to spend some money on candles. But then I noticed they weren't lasting as long, and I really didn't feel like I was getting my money's worth out of them. So looking into making them myself, I understood why that was the case. And I'm starting to explore more fragrances or reach out for the people who've been buying from me. It seems to be really important to use essential oils, which are way more expensive than fragrance oils for some reason. But I try to use those. I try to do a little bit of both so I can have some nice scented candles and a little bit unique from others. I have my little scale here. I use it for when I make my cold process soap and my candles. Basically, I use it for anything I make for my business. And I just cleared out the scale with the glass on it. And I'm pouring in. I want to get around 48 ounces of wax because each container is gonna fit around 10 to 12 ounces of wax. I don't like to fill past the lip where the lid goes down on it. So I try to have enough wax just to fill that part. 16 ounces will be completely filling it to the top, which the lid wouldn't be able to fit on it comfortably with the amount of wick that would be sticking out of it. So even measuring out around 48 ounces, it all can't fit in this bowl. I'm gonna put as much as I can because it's about 10 pounds of wax in every little blue bag. And I order mine since I'm a small business just starting out. Really, I order about 20 pounds of wax at a time. Sometimes I feel like I should order more when I have my months when things really, really pick up and I have to order more. But slow times, especially with the coronavirus and everything driving everybody crazy, and things taking a really, really long time to get to me as well. I've been ordering a little bit faster than I normally do. I'll do normally about 20 pounds of wax every 2 weeks. So now I'm maybe every 3 weeks. That glass is just for my fragrance oil, that little glass, because it has the ounces already on it. So I use that for fragrance oils, period. I don't put my fragrance oils in anything else before I put them in my product. And so I chose the color blue for this one. I like the way that the mica looks in it. I know some people like the traditional white candles. I do. I prefer white candles if I do pillar candles. But with them, and when I started out doing it, I was doing my candles in jars where you couldn't see the candle. So I was like, I'll go with white. And now I'm expanding and doing all these different colors. And I find it really cool to add mica. I do mica powders and dye blocks, candle dye blocks, but not often with the dye blocks because I like the swirls you get from using the little mica powders. And so all the candles, the adhesive has set, and now I can pour. If your wax is either too hot or your wicks haven't set long enough in a glass, the wicks will float out of their place when you pour the wax. Wax has to heat up to 185 degrees and it'll be completely melted, and then I have to let it cool down to 135 before I pour. And I can't put my fragrance in it while it's too hot, or else the fragrance will burn off. And I have to wait till it cools down to pour so it won't have all these craters in it at the top. Although I do have a hot gun so I can go across them and then let them cool evenly. And then I'll label them. And that's pretty much what I do to a simple candle. But I'm going a little extra today, and I'm gonna put flower petals on the top of these. I just have to let them dry a little bit, because if I add the flower petals as soon as I pour them, they'll just float around in there or float to the bottom, and I don't want that. I want the decorative look on top of them. So I had to sit for a little while, let them solidify a little bit, and put the flower petals and the glitter on, which I love. I personally never found any candles like this in Arkansas that was all decorative. They're just plain candles, scented, and like I said, they don't last long. So I know if you're spending your money on something, then you can appreciate the extra mile in adding something as simple as flower petals and the biodegradable glitter to them as well. The candle that I showed you all at the beginning, like I said, it has rose petals on it and glitter on it as well. So I try to add different things to the candles that relate in some way, either to the fragrance I'm using or ties in really well with the color of the candle. And I thought that yellow would really pop against that blue. Yeah, I like adding the silver glitter. I think silver and blue look very well together. I have a tropical candle that I made right after this one, and since it has citrus essential oils in it, I added orange peels to the top and some sorts of glitter as well. So I'm down to the end. I hope I didn't take too much of your time, but I hope everyone enjoyed this video, and come back and visit my YouTube page, The Ugly Pretty Girl, and visit the site, theuglyprettygirl.com. Thanks. Subscribe, like, comment on what you would like to see more of.